What's up guys, welcome back to Man Cave Collectibles, coming at you today with another figure review. So today we have the newly released retro carded Gambit figure, Target exclusive. We just picked this guy up along with his counterpart Rogue. I'm really liking the looks of both of these figures. In fact, I sold my previous Gambit and Rogue figures in preparation of these two coming out. You can check out a previous video that I did on Sunday morning to kind of explain the story of how I ended up acquiring these guys and my story at Target, which was fairly interesting. So you may want to check that video out as well. But jumping right on into our Gambit figure and the packaging that he comes in, we've got that very retro Marvel Comics logo here up in our top left corner. Uncanny X-Men Gambit. We've got that blister card packaging that we can see Gambit and all his accessories. Very easy. These would look phenomenal if you're an in-card collector. These would really display well on a shelf or hanging on the wall. Flipping on around to the back, we've got that retro card back. A little write-up on Gambit. Gambit has the ability to mentally charge objects with explosive kinetic energy. Remy LeBeau, I'm not sure how you say that, relies on his superior card throwing abilities and lightning fast reflexes to turn the tide of battle in favor of the X-Men. Then a product shot of Gambit here with his accessories in hand. Looks really good. I love this. Takes me right back to my childhood. I can remember these card backs so easy, like it was yesterday. Let's go ahead and crack Gambit out of his packaging and see what we got. Alright guys, so we got Gambit out of his packaging and onto our review table and looking really nice. I'll go ahead and throw up an image here of the previous iteration of Gambit that we received, which I liked. I thought it was a good Gambit. I really didn't have a lot of qualms about it. My only issue with this version of Gambit was the hair. I really think they did a good job on the hair sculpt for this version. We'll take a little closer look at that a little bit later. But as always, let's go ahead and jump straight on into this guy's accessories. These are going to be pretty much the same as what we received on the last version. So we get a kind of an open hand here where he is ejecting those cards out, kind of like we've always seen in the comics and cartoons. Looks really good. Just a translucent plastic here for you know, what's holding the cards, the card effect. So it's soft, so not going to have to worry about it breaking off. He does get a card holding hand here. Looks good. And it's kind of meant for, he gets this ace here, and you know, this is just a soft translucent plastic here as well for that effect, but this card's kind of made to just kind of hold that card in between those two fingers. It gives a really nice looking effect. I really like the way they did that. It was the same on the previous release. And then lastly, we get his bow staff. Might come a little bit warped out of packaging, not too bad, but it is a very soft plastic, so it's you know, it is what it is. Going to be hard to keep it from warping being that soft, but it looks good. It's just sculpted plastic with these rivets, you know, every ½ inch or so down the staff. The staff is just slightly shorter than Gambit is himself. Now looking at our Gambit figure, let's bring him on in for a little bit of a closer look here, and I'll put up a image of the previous version, and where we'll look is really the differences in that hair sculpt. I think they did a much better job here with this hair. Drop in the comments below what you think. Do you like this version better? You know, let me know. I'd like to know what you guys think, if it's just me or if this is definitely the superior hair sculpt. But anyways, looking at the face, really nice looking face sculpt here. Mine has a little bit of paint here on the forehead. If you haven't checked out my video from where I picked Gambit and Rogue up, check it out. Fortunately, they didn't have these guys out on the floor, so I was not able to pick out the one I wanted. I just kind of had to take the one they gave me. But you know, going back, maybe I wish I would have sent them back again to find one that maybe didn't have so much blue bleed over down onto the forehead there. But it doesn't look bad unless you're right up close, kind of under all these bright lights. Other than that, we've got really crisp lines here around his face mask. It's not really a face mask, I guess you could say. We do have some more blue inside the ear there. That's kind of shoddy work there. Not so much on this side, it's a little better. The eyes look pretty good though. You can see in there we got those red eyes with just a black, little black eye right there in the middle of the red. So it looks good. That's painted in there pretty well. They did a good job on that. We've got the jacket here, which we've seen a couple times, multiple man being one. The previous Gambit release looks good. They kind of lightened it up a little bit for this release, and I like the look of it. We've got just a real glossy shine here to his suit. There's no texture or anything like that to it, but it looks good. Back of the jacket here, pretty much what you would imagine is a trench coat. Got the split right there in the back middle portion of it, and moving on down, got those kind of iconic boots. You know, this is a guy that really has not changed a whole lot in the comic books. There's just not a ton of versions of Gambit. They've really stayed pretty close to home with this guy, and rightfully so. I think we all really like, you know, Gambit the way he is, and kind of the way he first appeared, to be honest with you. Let's go ahead and take a look at articulation on this guy. Looking down, we can get a lot. That chin will touch his chest, so that's really nice. Pretty good back, pretty impressive there. We can get that head side to side. It's a little bit hindered here by the collar, but not too bad. Get those shoulders up to there. Full 360. Got a bicep swivel. Okay, we've got some pretty solid joints here. You can see that big old, you know, joint hinge right in there. That's going to give you a real nice ratchet and a clean look, you know, overall. I do like that. However, it's not a double joint, but you get further than 90 degrees there. You can see that. So I'm happy with that. I don't think that's bad at all. And you also get another swivel there because of the way they did it. Right here, you've got your standard Marvel Legend articulation. However, the jacket coming down hinders very much play back and forth, but you do get that full 360 spin in there. We've got an ab crunch right here at the top of the abdominal area, tons of ab crunch. So this guy's really going to be able to do a lot of dynamic posing. You've got a swivel there. Get those legs out to about right there. You've got a cut at the top of the thigh, double jointed knees, look good. And then a cut at the top of the calf muscle. And then you've got your rocker and your forward and back on your ankles there. Really good. This guy's very well articulated. This buck was a nice one to pick for somebody like a Gambit, because you would think that Gambit would be the perfect guy to have a lot of really cool dynamic poses for. Let's go ahead and bring out a few other figures and do some size comparison. We'll wrap up our video. All right, guys, so we've got our retro carded Rogue figure here to his right, and to his left we have our Cyclops figure. So you can see Gambit stands just a little bit taller than our Cyclops figure does, which is probably accurate. I would take that as probably pretty screen accurate to the cartoon, probably even to the comic books. If we want to go ahead and take our Rogue figure out, we can drop in our Wolverine figure here, and you can see Wolverine stands much shorter, which is, again, accurate in the way it should be. If you like those metal claws, those are just some custom claws. Check out my review video on those on the channel. Those are pretty cool, and as you can tell, they're a huge upgrade from what Hasbro does, and they're super simple to do. I'm not a customizer. I'm not good at that kind of stuff, but these are simple. They're made just to go right in those portholes, and they hold a lot better. But anyways, off subject, back to Gambit. Overall, I like this iteration of Gambit. If you have the current release of Gambit, I don't know that this is a must-have, in my personal opinion. I sold my previous version of Gambit in order to pick this one up, and I like it. I do. I don't feel bad about doing that. But if you're happy with the other Gambit, you know, I don't know that the hair difference is worth going for the trade out. However, I do believe this is a superior hair sculpt. So, you know, it's a recommend for me. If you don't have a Gambit, it's a must-have. If you already have him, just personal preference. drop some comments down below what you guys think. Are you going to keep your current Gambit, or is it worth going ahead and getting rid of him, or do you want them both? You know, a lot of folks are completionists. They want to have all the figures from a line. So if you're a completionist, grab him while he's 20 bucks. Hit that like button, guys, if you enjoyed this review video. It helps the channel out. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. If you are a subscriber, I want to thank you. We just surpassed our 1-year anniversary on November 27th for our first ever video. I do have a thank you video out there for that if you want to check that out. It also kind of goes into detail on my story when I picked up Rogue and Gambit at Target, and a little bit of slight drama there. Not really drama, but frustration with Target as I was picking them up. I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. Until next time.